Hey landlords, Jeremy Schmidt here again from Rent College Pads. Today I want to talk a little bit about why it's worthwhile to collect rent online from your tenants. Now, the first reason is going to be a lot like the other reasons that we've had in some of our other videos about maybe why you could do things a little bit differently. But number one is you want to meet your tenants in their comfort zone once again. So we talked about this previously when we talked about texting students and how texting is the method of communication they're most comfortable with. Well, along those same lines, paying people online is what basically every single student renter that you have is most familiar with. Writing a check is a foreign activity to most students between 18 and 23 years old. But paying for stuff online is what they've grown up doing. That's what they've always done. And a lot of them are now using a bunch of different money sharing kind of mobile digital wallets, and those are the really popular ways that they share money with each other, pay each other back for stuff, do all kinds of different things. 55% of people who say that they use a mobile wallet are actually a millennial. That's the #1 target of those kind of companies, and that's a perfect overlap with the market you're renting your places to. So think about it. When's the last time you saw anybody writing a check anywhere? At the grocery store, at the gas station, there's nowhere that anybody writes checks anymore. Really, rent is kind of the last vestige, the final voyage for anyone who's writing checks these days. From 2001 to 2012, there was a 50% drop in number of checks that were written. In 2001, the government passed a law where the Check 21 Act went into place, and that allowed for electronic checks to be deposited into banks, so they no longer had to have the actual paper copies on site. So that's kind of what opened the door for a lot of these electronic transfers and the ease of use that we've seen with mobile banking. So adopting to this technology is a huge opportunity for anybody that hasn't done it yet. I wouldn't only think of this as an opportunity to create more time for yourself. Really, I think of this as adding a new amenity to your properties or to your building or your company as a whole. Being the first competitor in your market to enable online rent collection, and believe me, there's still tons of opportunity to be the first in your market in most markets. Being the first adapter, you can be suddenly the tech-friendly landlord, the guy who wants to make life easier for all the students, the guy who is meeting them halfway and coming down to their level in terms of technology. That's a huge asset for any landlord and an easy marketable piece. And we've seen campus after campus get more and more competitive. More and more luxury student apartments are popping up, more houses are turning into triplexes or duplexes. There's a lot more competition coming to markets across the country, and getting in early on something that can be so marketable is a huge advantage and can pay off a ton in the long run. If you're currently working with a property management service that allows you to collect rent online, that's great. But if you're not working with one that allows for rent collection online, we just finished a blog post reviewing 5 really popular services that a lot of landlords are using. Check out our blog post right here and decide which service might be the best fit for you and may integrate into your existing platforms already. And happy renting.